standing on a broken field, white crippled wings beating the sky, the harbingers of war with their nature revealed, and our chances flowing by. If I can let the memory heal, I will remember you with me on that field. When I thought that I fought this war alone, you were there by my side on the front line. When I thought that I fought without a cause, you gave me a reason to try. Turn the page, I need to see something new. For now my innocence is torn. We cannot linger on this stunted view, like rabid dogs of war. I will let the memory heal. I'll remember you with me on that field. When I thought that I fought this war alone, you were there by my side on the front line, and we fought to believe the impossible. When I thought that I fought this war alone, we were one with our destinies entwined. When I thought that I fought without a cause, you gave me the reason. I've only got my brittle bones to break the fall. When the love in letters fade, it's like moving in slow motion, and we're already too late if we arrive at all. And then we're caught up in the arms race, an involuntary addiction, and we're shedding every value our mothers thought. So will you please show me your real face, draw the line in the horizon, 'cause I only need your name to call the reasons why I fought. When I thought that I fought this war alone, you were there by my side on the front line, and we fought to believe the impossible. When I thought that I fought this war alone, we were one with our destinies entwined. When I thought that I fought without a cause, you gave me the reason why.
All right, let's get back to the game.
What is this? Who is this?
It's the mannequin, Bob.
Mama,
Yeah. Mannequin.
Mannequin.
Uh-huh. If you prefer a different control layout, you can change it.
Hungover, only anger kept me going.
I can't tell reality from dream anymore, but it seems I have an imaginary editor to
Rose
help
took a
me.
day from me. I had less than 12 hours left to meet the kidnapper. All I could do was get Barry into the car, work something out once I got on the road.
Welcome to the Oh Dear Diner. What can I get you today? Coffee?
I couldn't work up much hate for Rose. Something had used her to get to me and left its mark. My gun and flashlight were gone. I'd have to find a way to get Barry into the car as quickly as possible. There was no time to waste.
Oh. Whoops. I destroyed myself. Okay,
Mr. Randolph liked Rose. That little smile she had. How she was still sweet when life had tried so hard to make her bitter. It wasn't any of his business what she did in her trailer. But those strangers, the writer and his smart-ass sidekick, looked like trouble. And they'd been in there for hours, way past her normal bedtime. He reached for the phone and called the sheriff's station.
wait. I can't read. Oh, okay.
Departure by Alan Wake. The man turned to face me. His face was covered in shadows. It was hard to make him out in the darkness of the forest that surrounded us, but the axe he lifted was plain to see. It glistened with the blood of his victim. He grinned madly. The shadows were alive, distorting his features. It was a scene from a nightmare, but I was awake.
Okay, this is gonna be very confusing and just, you know,
You touched the box.
yeah, confusing since I didn't read it in episode 1, but
The Taken stood before
Here
me.
goes.
It was impossible to focus on it, as if it stood in a blind spot caused by a brain tumor and eye disease.
yeah?
It was bleeding
Yep.
shadows like ink underwater, like a cloud of blood from a shark bite. I was terrified. I squeezed the flashlight like my life depended on it, willing it to stop coming any closer. Suddenly something gave, and the
Great.
light seemed to shine brighter.
Ice cream?
No. See that? Yeah, it's in my ice cream in my car.
But it wasn't a ring, it was a peach ice cream. I don't know what you mean by a ring.
It's not a peach ice cream.
I heard them before I saw them, swooping down from the sky and screeching as they came. I spun around
Yeah?
just as the cloud was upon me. For an instant, I stared into 100 dead eyes, black pearls glittering in the darkness. I raised the flashlight and the swarm exploded like fireworks. Feathers burned, turned into ash. I couldn't hear my scream above theirs. At first, I kept finding the pages as if by accident. The book I couldn't remember was either a terrible and true prophecy or an act of creation that had rewritten the world. I began to hunt the pages feverishly, for they held the answer to the mystery. With it, I could save myself. With it, I could save Alice. The cabin on Cauldron Lake? I stepped into the gas station's garage. It was dark and quiet. The place was a mess. It looked like someone trashed the place or that there'd been some kind of fight. Light spilled into the room through an open door at the back, and I made my way toward it.
Bubby?
Without any warning, I was blinded by a bright light. An old portable TV on the shelf had come alive by itself. Impossibly, I could see myself on the screen, talking like a madman. The cabin on Cauldron Lake? She asked. The sheriff looked at me suspiciously. The early morning light flooded through the office windows. I would probably never have gotten out of the woods alive without her help, but I couldn't tell her the truth of what I'd faced the previous night. She'd think I was lying or crazy. She'd lock me up, and she wouldn't help me find Alice. Stucky spat on the garage floor and tried to shake the cobwebs from his head. Ever since the couple never showed to pick up the keys, things had been fuzzy. Something, a feeling caught his attention. Stucky looked up and stared as his brain tried in vain to process the horror before him. He stumbled back, knocking over a can of oil. A black pool spread across the floor while he struggled for a brief moment, then let go as the unrelenting darkness engulfed him. Barry Wheeler was bouncing off the walls. He jumped on a plane after his calls were ignored by both Al and Alice for several days. It could mean that they were both on a second honeymoon, but Barry didn't buy it. Al had been way too unstable for that, not sleeping, messed up. Barry had years of experience dealing with Alan Wake, and he couldn't ignore it. Something was wrong.
Okay, so we caught up with episode 1 pages. And we can carry on now. Where is the car? What? Yes, sweetie. Who's that? Oh, my Princess Cena. It's a cute drawing of my Princess Cena. Good job. Can't find the car. Where is the car?
What car, Mommy? What car?
Alan Wake's car, Bob. I'm tired. I need to rest. I'm overworking myself. Pardon?
Why is the rest?
Because I'm running in the game. I'm running.
What? You're running?
Yeah, and I can't find the car because I'm probably not looking properly.
Huh?
I'm pretty sure it was out the gate. Somewhere. Forgot where the gate is. Yeah, Bob?
Can I play?
You want to play Billy Bus Stop?
Not out.
It's not out on Steam yet. I'm gonna have to find a way
Is that what's
to play it without Steam.
Is that button or slow?
I'm not sure, Bob. I'll try to find a way tomorrow, okay? Got it. Yes, Bob? Because he's at a meeting, Bob. Oh, there's, I think his name's Randolph.
Oh, you're gonna get it now. God knows what you've done to that poor girl.
This is Agent Nightingale, FBI! Get him up, Hemingway! You're under arrest! You move a muscle, I'll unload right in your goddamn face! Stay right where you are, Slade!
What are? I'm standing right here, you goddamn maniac!
I hated to leave Barry behind, but there was no way I'd miss my appointment with the kidnapper.
Give it up, Mr. Wake. Come on. Make it easy.
Get after him! Don't let him get away! Move it! Move it! Move it! I'll have your shot if you let him get away!
to make it through here.
Damn.
This way. Go. Whoa.
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh.
Right away. Keep an eye out. Man out. God damn it, where'd he go? This way. Keep an eye out.
What's that? Who's that?
He's gone. Come on, guys. We need to head him off.
Phew! I did it. We made it out of that mess. Oh, but now we have to deal with the shadows. Or the Taken. Where's my weapons? I don't got no weapons. Wait a second. Let's read.
For decades, the darkness that wore Barbara Jagger's skin slept fitfully in the dark place that was its home and prison. It was hungry and in pain. It dreamed of its nights of glory when the poet's writing had called it from the depths and given it a brief, terrible taste of power and freedom. The rock stars had stirred it from the deep sleep the poet had sunk it back to in the end. When it sensed the writer on the ferry, it opened its eyes.
Barbara Jagger's skin. Yep. What's that? What was that? Hey, sweetie. What was that? Human?
What on earth is going on? My deputies tell me you fired it late and he didn't have a gun.
Rose didn't know how the strange old lady got in her trailer, and she looked wrong somehow. The woman showed her teeth in an approximation of a smile and traced a finger down Rose's cheek. Pretty girl, she said. Rose felt as if she was falling asleep, but her knees didn't buckle. The crone spoke in a whisper, her words ice cold and dark in Rose's ear.
The suspect was last sighted running along the boards that leads westward from the trailer park. All units are advised to assess the community. Search the area. Stay sharp. This way. Over here.
What is that?
This horror was everywhere I went, circling me. The cops didn't stand a chance. They were after a writer, not a monster.
Agent Nightingale. I've lost contact with most of the men you assigned to me. It's way stupid.
Yeah?
Wait, are you serious? just took out my deputies? Are you kidding? I mean, have you seen this guy? He wears a tweed jacket. Over.
He's the guy we're chasing. If it's not him, who then? Bigfoot? Over.
I don't know yet, but I'm not in the habit of jumping to conclusions. That tends to come back and bite you in the ass. Out.
Oh. What was that? Because he has to go for work.
I imagined that the broadcast tower in the distance was part of the local radio station. Maine seemed like a decent guy. Perhaps he could give me directions to the coal mine.
Oh man. Helicopter is trashed.
This is James. Mulligan, Thornton, come in. Over.
Thornton here. James, we got both Wheeler and Rose in custody. They didn't put up a fight or anything. Why, they were... Hey, what are you doing? Come on.
Sit down and give me that. Jane, Mulligan here. Over. Go ahead, Mulligan. Over. We got Wheeler and Rose here. Wheeler's drunk or hopped up on something. Speaking of which, that Fed had a pretty distinctive whiff of Otis Scotch about him, you know what I mean. Over. I don't have anything on that, Deputy Mulligan. Over. Well, whatever. Anyway, Rose is just being plain weird here. You better get Doc in to take a look at both. Over. Gotcha. You better get them here quickly. The, Fed's gonna want to interview Wheeler. Over. Oh, yeah, I bet he does. Looks like they have a lot in common. Mulligan out.
I could see the lights of the radio station in the distance.
Okay, so it's that way. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Almost killed myself. So it's here.
Unnatural shadows clung to the gate. The darkness that was after me was trying to stop me. I wouldn't get through without a light.
I wonder why the darkness is stopping us. Yeah? Oh. Is this sad heart? Oh. Yes, Bob. Oh. Sorry, Bob?
The old generator conked out. I'd have to see if I could fix it and try again.
Later. Oh, what? What? Is it timed? Oh, okay. No, it's not. Move the generator for some reason. Good job. Yes, Bob. Yeah? Yes, Bob. Can you give me? It's downstairs, my love. No, the one in the box. The one you put in the box, that's you you can use that at home. The one in the packet, that's for travel.
It took me a moment to recognize the flashbang grenades. They were an ideal weapon for my situation.
Yeah?
One, come in. Over.
He's at a meeting, Bob.
Team 1, this is Sheriff Breaker. Report. Over.
He's not done yet.
I need a report. Over. Come on, guys. Talk to me. Come in, please. Over.
Yeah, he's not done yet. Yeah, Abu told me to eat it because it was melting. Sorry, Bob. Don't worry, he's buying more. Because you fell asleep. Yeah, you did.
You have the right against my life.
No manuscript. Oh, I forgot how to dodge! Oh, damn it, damn it. Holy crap. I'm gonna die. Yes, Bob? I'm dead. Sweetheart. Because I'm distracted and I forgot how to dodge. Pardon? What? Damn it. Phew. That was super close.
And here's another call. You're on KBF-FM with Pat Maine.
It's Milt Peabody, Pat.
What's on your mind, Milt?
Well, I live near the trailer park, Pat, and there's a big ruckus going on over there.
Well, that's just up the road from me, too. What's going on, do you know?
I don't know, but there's police cars there, lots of sirens, a helicopter buzzing around, and I think I heard some gunshots.
Gunshots?
Yes, sir, like from a pistol. So can you find out what's going on? Because it's just next door and they're popping off guns there.
They're still shooting?
No, it was maybe 10, 15 minutes ago. It sounds serious, Pat. I'm telling you, it don't sound like no party.
Well, I'm certainly going to give the station a call, Milt.
Okay.
You'll hear it here as soon as I hear from them.
Okay,
Yes, sweetie.
thanks.
Pardon, Bob? Uh-huh. Yes, Bob. Oh my gosh, It's pretty scary. Yeah. What, sweetie? You want me to get the crayons? Okay. Damn, I'm lost. Ow. Damn it! I'm lost. Here we go. I did not find any manuscripts. Damn. Well, that was close. That was too close. I did not collect any manuscripts. have arrived at the radio station.
I hope Maine could lend me a car to get to the coal mine.
It's Lorna Miles.
Oh, hello, Lorna. What do you have for us?
It was a trailer park.
What do you mean?
It's a trailer park. Of course you're going to have trouble in a place like that. I mean, what do you expect? The sheriff should be helping us normal citizens instead of wasting resources on those people.
Well,
Let the trash sort themselves out. I'm sorry, but my granddaddy settled in Bright Falls in 1911.
well, thank you very much for that compassionate viewpoint, Lorna.
How can I be sure you will walk away? Oh, I do love you.
But first, we're going to get some coffee. Welcome to Bright Falls Radio, KBF FM. The Night Owl.
Oh, here's a little surprise. The famous writer Alan Wake just walked in. Folks, I'm going to see if I can talk him into an interview.
Come on in, Mr. Wake. Oh, I'm so glad you could find the time to do this, Mr. Wake.
Nowhere to run now, Dan Brown. You back away from me. Don't hurt her.
Whoa. Everyone calm down. Put the gun down. We're all friends here, right?
Cool your jets, Nightingale. We got him. What the hell's the matter with you? There's a civilian in there.
What's that?
I'll get you yet, even if it kills me. You hear me? You hear me, H.P. Lovecraft?
I had fallen off so many cliffs it was ridiculous. That's what you get for naming a book The Sudden Stop. It was probably good I hadn't had the chance to tell Maine where I was going. I'd have to lose the cops and find my own way to the mine.
The Sudden Stop? You were writing about Max Payne? Oh no. I'm dead.
I'll get you
I don't have
yet,
any
even if it
weapons.
kills me. You hear me? You hear me, H.P. Lovecraft?
I had fallen off so many cliffs it was ridiculous. That's what you get for naming a book The Sudden Stop. It was probably good I had.
This one.
Okay.
This one place. This one place.
Mm-hmm.
This one place. Right there. Are you
And we are back.
The chance to tell Maine where I was going. I'd have to lose the cops and find my own way to the mine. Nightingale stared through the broken studio window into the dark woods. He turned around, started to walk out, but Maine grabbed his arm. "Young man, you almost shot me. You don't shoot off rounds at people like that. What's the matter with you?" Nightingale shook his arm free, marched out. His cheeks burned with rage and humiliation.
Guns, just flares. I gotta get past these guys. Yeah. Sorry about? Back. I just went back. lost him. But I have no bullet. Yes, sweetie?
Where's my tablet?
Is it downstairs or? Sorry, you scared me. Ow.
What is that? What?
He's gonna kill me.
Where?
Ah! Oh.
Who's that?
Take it.
Take it.
Okay. Sweetie. Can't show your face.
Get hurt, isn't it?
Huh?
I get hurt in it.
Yeah, because the internet is. You're too young to be on the internet.
What do you say? I'll get a baby.
I just went back. Phew! I don't have enough ammo. Ah, the moon's pretty. So far, so good. Surprisingly, no one's after me.
Danny had stepped out, but what stumbled back in was something else. Something alien. A monster. Walter tried to kill it, first with his fists, then a chair. It wouldn't die. Instead, it kept coming, unaffected by the beating it had taken. After Walter managed to kick it down the cellar stairs, fear took over. He ran, got behind the wheel, gunned the engine. The booze wouldn't make him forget, but he knew he had to try. Danny had stepped out, but what's...
is the training depot?
There was no sensible reason for the power company work lights to be here. It was almost as if they had been left for someone like me to use.
Sweetie?
Now, crayons?
Yeah.
Well, are you done or not done?
Not yet, Bob. I'll try and finish this part. Call it a day.
But where's your car? Where's your car?
There was no sensible reason for the power company work lights to be here. It was almost as if they'd been left for someone like me to use.
The car is, trashed.
What happened? What did they? He said,
I'll just turn all these lights on.
Go there, mommy, go there.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe I didn't think of using these lights beforehand. Which one? I'm just gonna get my... lights on just in case those waiters come back.
The bulldozer's engine roared to life. Mud and rocks flew as it fought for traction. It crashed through the concrete wall and landed heavily in the yard. If it were an animal, it would have shaken its head after the impact, fixed its eyes on me, and charged. Of course, it had no head, nor eyes. Shadows crawled on its form, twisting it into a monster. Then, it came for me. Sarah trusted her gut, and her gut said Agent Nightingale was an asshole. He felt wrong, and it wasn't just the smell of stale booze. It was in the way he flashed his badge, pulled rank, the look in his eyes when he wanted answers. Where was Alan Wake? What was this about an accident? Where was his wife? And most importantly, why did she let Wake go? He wouldn't answer her questions. Federal business was all he'd say.
No, don't put it away. I want money. Yes, I'm out. Wow.
Hello?
The most stubborn man I've ever met.
Alice? Alice?
Alan, I'm so afraid. He keeps me in the dark. Please help me. I look at you, Alan, and it's not you. Something else. Looking out from behind your eyes.
Alice, I'm here.
I'm so alone here. It's all gonna go to hell. You need to be careful. Cooperate.
The connection had been terrible, but that wasn't the only thing that hadn't been right with the call. She sounded wrong somehow, but she had called me. The pipe wrenched itself loose from the bridge's steel framework. Wrapped in darkness, it floated in midair, twitching. For a moment, I didn't understand what I was looking at. The heavy object lurched at me with impossible force. I threw myself out of the way, but just barely. When I turned my flashlight on it, it shook in a dark rage before it flew at me again. I could see a railway bridge up ahead and a warehouse of some sort on the opposite shore. I hoped I could find a car from there. That was pursuing me was growing stronger, and it was taking over everything in its path. opposite shore. I hoped I could find a car from there.
Died. Yeah.
Mama, that, is that working?
The darkness that was pursuing me was growing stronger, and it was taking over everything in its path. Opposite shore. I hoped I could find a car from there.
How could the simplest thing be so freakishly hard? Yep. There's two.
Which one do you want? That one or that one?
They're both the same, but I'll pick this one.
Okay.
Okay.
The darkness that was pursuing me was growing stronger, and it was taking over everything in its path.
Yeah?
I slammed the door shut right in his smug face. He pleaded for me to open the door. True to form, the asshole actually thought I would obey. I had no sympathy left, no guilt either, not for him. I took a moment to savor the scream. I bet I had a smile on my face. It was all that I had time for. The dark presence was inside the lodge with me.
Marshmallow flower.
Okay.
As a teenager, just starting to get interested in writing, Stephen King had been a source of inspiration to me. I thought about all the inanimate objects that had come
Who's
to
out
life
there?
in his books. No one is safe in a good
Who's
horror
out there's
story.
house?
Certainly not the protagonist. That's what makes them fun. This was anything
Did
but.
you go to Ate's
The
house?
darkness could possess anything. And it
Today?
was getting closer.
You went for ice cream? What? Oh.
I'm not going to the ice cream, Grandma.
You went to Ate's house?
Yeah.
Who's Ate?
No, Grandma.
Ah, Grandma's house.
Mama, did you put in a place and then the flowers, marshmallows? I want flower marshmallows.
Oh, yeah, that was at Grandma's place.
Did you call 911?
I'm dying. Damn it.
aspects of our existence for granted, unaware that they are merely a thin veneer of desperate self-delusion covering a vast cosmos of madness and horror. All too often, the stars are right in Night Springs. Tonight's episode, A Family Occasion. Journalist Alvin Derleth's trip to study the local customs of an insular community in Night Springs has been less than successful. Until tonight.
Well, I'm glad you changed your minds about this. Ancient customs, local mythology. My editor loves this kind of stuff.
Well, Mr. Derleth, we don't want to feel like we're on exhibition, but you have demonstrated the seriousness of your intent.
Oh, I am serious. Really, just do your thing. I'll stay out of your way and observe.
Actually, I thought you could assist us. I'm afraid we are a man short. It would provide you with an intimate perspective.
Could I really?
Of course, Mr. Derleth.
Well, I guess that's the least I...
It's a TV, Bob.
What would I have to do?
Oh, here. Let me show you with a kiss.
Oh, what did I just do? Oh no, he's dead.
Oh, Mr. Derleth, you have well pleased Nixie Perka, the dweller in flesh. Your body shall host 1,000 young, and all shall be glory.
What did I just watch?
Shh, darling, be calm. Shh.
Alvin Derleth learned a harsh lesson. If you go looking for mythology, it may come looking for you. And such quests always bear fruit. In Night Springs.
That's a creepy story about some mythology, myth. It's a creepy story.
Oh, I'm scared.
The darkness surged towards me, sucking everything loose from the ground into its depths, tugging at my clothes. I saw the flare the kidnapper had dropped and threw myself towards it just as I felt my feet leave the ground. The darkness embraced me with the force of a tornado. Somehow I managed to light the flare. The darkness roared and cast me away. I fell toward the dark waters of the lake far below.
Sorry. was close. Really close. Hmm? Ooh, a car.
I had never been this glad to see the sunrise. I had a couple of hours to get to the coal mine.
Sorry?
The coal mine wasn't far now. Today, I would meet the kidnapper, and he would give me Alice. I wouldn't give him any other choice. A drowning man will clutch at a straw. Little by little, without realizing it, I'd come to believe that the story in the manuscript was coming true. The current of its narrative had taken me deeper and deeper into dark waters. Alice had been taken from me. Barry was probably in jail. I was a fugitive from the FBI. The whole world taken over by the dark presence was trying to destroy me. It all felt real, but it matched a textbook case of insanity.
Yes, sweetie? Uh-huh. For supplies.
This is Pat Main, and you're listening to KBF-FM. Folks, I want to apologize for kind of abandoning you to that looping music track last night, but I was detained. You see, I encountered a big-shot G-man with an itchy trigger finger who could use a lesson in manners and a boot in the ass, not necessarily in that order either. Now, folks, I know I'm not being very informative here, and I apologize for that. I really should just keep quiet, but I'm just so peeved right now, because some people just shouldn't be carrying badges. I'm just glad that our Sheriff Breaker was there to straighten things out. And if someone I met last night is listening, let me just say, I'm sorry if my mouth got you in trouble. I'm pretty sure you're not the bad guy here. Godspeed, son. I hope you know what you're doing. Now, on a lighter note, I'll be talking to Dr. Nelson all morning. But first, a little music.
Yeah, sweetie? It's, what? Blocked.
Welcome back to KBF-FM. Hope you enjoyed that tune. Now, Doc, you were talking about life and finding that special someone, that soulmate.
Well, you were talking about that. I was saying I don't buy it.
Well, see, to me, that's strange, because I always pegged you as a hopeless romantic.
You got me there, Pat. But I think love's where you look for it. And you need to do a lot of looking, sure. But the idea that there's that one special person out there for you, and if you miss that chance, it's gone forever, and you're forever incomplete. I mean, isn't that depressing? Or, heck, childish even? There's plenty of fish in the sea.
And apparently a fisherman has a fishing analogy for everything, but what you're saying, isn't that a little harsh?
Well, no. What I am saying is that your potential for finding that connection isn't limited to what's essentially a chance encounter. How is that harsh?
Yeah, well, I guess that's a nice thought, but let me say something personal here.
Okay.
Now, well, I don't disagree with you exactly, but I can't really fit that together with what I feel, what I felt for someone, because she was the one. She was. And I let her drift away from me. Maybe I didn't put in the work, I don't know, but, well, since then, and it was a long time ago, but since then, there hasn't been anyone, not like her. And I'm not saying I dwell on her or haven't moved on. I like my life. I'm not living in the past, but I do miss the way she completed me.
You can't argue with the heart, Pat.
I'm sorry, folks. I had kind of a scary experience last night, and let's just say it's shaken a few things loose.
I was early. I was supposed to meet the kidnapper at noon in the main building. The coal mine was quiet. It was a museum now. For Mott, spying on the writer on the ferry had been a disappointment. His boss had made Wake out to be something special, but Mott hadn't been impressed. He'd gotten a good long look at the wife, though, and he liked what he saw. Mott had fantasized about goading Wake into a fight, but it hadn't happened. Still, he'd get his chance to see if the writer had anything in him. He'd been promised as much.
Bright Falls Coal Mine Museum. While there were some earlier residents in the area, the true genesis of the town of Bright Falls came with the founding of the Bright Falls Mining Company and the opening of the Bright Falls Coal Mine in 1878. Although the work was hard and dangerous, many immigrants, Germans, Poles, Italians, Finns and Swedes, among others, worked mines. While lucrative at first, the mining steadily declined in the 20th century. The seams were rich but hard to get at, and the volcanic activity in the area made the mine shafts particularly dangerous. I wonder.
With Nightingale gone and the night wind blowing in through the broken studio window, Maine stared at Sarah. The sheriff looked away. Maine's voice shook with barely controlled anger. That boy's doing more drinking than thinking. I hope you know what you're doing, Sarah. He's got a sickness in his eyes. You take my word for it. He wants Wake for a reason, and it's not for anything good.
In 1970, a volcanic eruption below Cauldron Lake, while relatively minor, caused most of the deep mining tunnels to collapse or flood. 32 miners lost their lives in the calamity, and all mining around Bright Falls came to a final stop. Now many of the remaining buildings are protected as historical landmarks.
I didn't want to go outside. Cops had to be looking for me. The noon sun turned the place into a sauna. The day dragged on. Different scenarios ran through my mind. Ways of how I'd torture the kidnapper to get Alice back. Or the different horrible things he could have done to her. I imagined her dead. I had no way of knowing she was still alive. It was killing me. I was running on blind hope. It was all a waste of time. The bastard never showed up.
Wake!
Where the hell are you?
Change of plans. You know where Mirror Peak is? It's a big mountain north of where you are. You follow the path from the mine, you can't miss it. There's a lookout point there. I'll be waiting.
I'm through being jerked around
You
by you.
want to see your wife alive? Because if you do, you better watch what you say to me. Do we understand each other?
I want to talk to Alice.
Yeah, and I want the manuscript. Don't keep me waiting, Wake.
Hello? Hello! Ah! I'm gonna kill him!
I had to get to Mirror Peak. It was close. Maybe closer than ever before.
What? How do we get out of here? Caution.
When Thomas Zane fell for Barbara Jagger, it happened fast. She was young, vibrant, and beautiful, full of life. He had never been a very happy man, and without any seeming effort, she had changed all that. Zane felt good for the first time in his life. Everything she did was another piece of a jigsaw puzzle he hadn't even known he'd been missing. And best of all, she made the words flow, strong and sharp. She was his muse. When Thomas Zane fell for through the building. I had to find a way to avoid electrocution.
We made it. We made it. Whew, we are safe. Oh man, that was so stressful. That the kidnapper? What? Gosh, I'm being ambushed. Oh.
Some of the Taken retained echoes of their former selves, but these were just the nerve twitches of a dead thing. Nothing remained but a shell covered and filled with darkness. In most cases, these puppets were enough for the purposes of the Dark Presence. But for anything more elaborate, as with the writer, it was different. It needed his mind. And so rather than taking him over completely, it merely touched him. There was no way the flashbang grenades were standard Power Company equipment.
was close.
I stared through the bars of the jail cell. Barry stood behind me, swaying on his feet, looking as ill as I felt. Agent Nightingale stood on the other side of the bars with Sheriff Breaker. Nightingale had a stack of manuscript pages in his hand. He seemed unhinged as he gloated. "Well, I've got you now, Raymond Chandler. It's all here, all the evidence, including conspiracy to murder a federal agent."
Do I hear bat?
I had no real plan. I was going to give the kidnapper all the manuscript pages I had for Alice. If that wasn't enough, I'd hold him at gunpoint and make him talk.
Damn it! Okay, the other way.
I had no real plan. I was going to give the kidnapper all the manuscript pages I had for Alice. If that wasn't enough, I'd hold him at gunpoint and make him talk. I had no real plan. I was going to give the kidnapper all the manuscript pages I had for Alice. If that wasn't enough, I'd hold him at gunpoint and make him talk. The dark presence was moving ahead of me in the same direction I was going. A cold feeling settled itself in the pit of my stomach. Was it going for Alice?
The graveyard shift may cause cancer.
Those flash guys.
The place was dead, a ghost town. Had been for decades, maybe a century. Things were never as simple in real life as in fiction. I had lost count of the times I had wished there'd be a clear reason for my writer's block. Something to fight, something to lash out on. There wasn't. I was filled with doubt. I was nothing like the hero in my books. Alex Casey had gone through his life with single-minded determination, never wavering from his goal. Even now, I was angry at myself, angry at Alice, angry at Barry. I was fumbling and I had no plan. Things were never as simple and...
Did I just land in a shortcut? Grey Peak Gorge. Originally founded in 1928, the Grey Peak Gorge mining town was one of the permanent settlements the Bright Falls Mining Company built for its workers. The nearby graveyard is a testament to the dangers miners faced on a daily basis. Most of the men who lost their lives over the years here were buried here. A grim reminder to be careful for those who remained. Grey Peak Gorge was abandoned almost overnight when the Bright Falls Mining Company closed its doors in 1970. Sweetie? Sweetie? Okay.
Anything outside of writing is a struggle. I feel ill. I managed to make my way downstairs. There's a shoebox filled with books and papers by Thomas Zane. It's very hard to focus, but I managed to read some of it. He's a poet, and a good one. He writes of muses and creators summoning fabulous things from a magic lake, using his powers to shape the world of a realm of gods and dreams and demons, dark things that wait for a chance to slip through, wearing the flesh of men as disguise. Zane writes about himself, his girlfriend being taken over by a dark presence, about growing scared of the lake. Zane believes it's a mirror to the gaping void of darkness above, where some Lovecraftian presence lurks. I crawl back upstairs. I'll borrow these things for my story. They ring true. They fit. The kidnapper had sent me a text. The message was full of spelling errors and insults. It was telling me to hurry up. Birds.
Oh, no, no. Damn it, where did I fall? What? You're freaking me out.
Without warning, the headache stabbed at my brain. Alice?
Alice!
I'm losing it. I gotta get out of here. The hunters were big, thick-set men, confident and at home in the woods. They were feeling good, running on beer, ghost stories, and camaraderie late into the night. It did them no good, as they were taken by the dark presence, sucked deep into a darkness far worse than any ghost story they ever told or heard.
Am I supposed to go through here? No? Oh. Oops.
I'm losing it. I gotta get out of here. Even behind the closed doors and curtains of his grimy room at the Majestic, the local motel, Nightingale could feel the locals' eyes on him, the unrelenting pressure of their judgment. He forced it out of his mind. For all he knew, they could all be under Wake's spell already. You do what you have to do to get the job done. He took comfort from the bottle in his hand. Please, he thought, just let me get through this.
Sheesh. Hope I'm going the right way.
I'd have to make my way up this mine shaft in order to go on. Maybe the machinery could help me with that.
Whoa, whoa.
have to make my way up this mine shaft in order to go on. Maybe the machinery could help me with that.
Oh, no. Do this all over again. No, Ellen. No. Oh dear, oh dear. There we go. Oh no.
I'd have to make my way up this mine shaft in order to go on. Maybe the machinery could help me with that.
Okay, I think I should end the stream if you guys like the stream, please don't forget to hit the like button, and if you haven't subscribed yet and you're interested in my content, please do subscribe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with DVD. I'm gonna try the new Alien map, and I just remembered that I forgot to post my stream on Instagram. But anyways, so bye guys.